In a second, I'm going to hit go on this, and in 5 minutes, I'm going to explain to you everything you need to know as a woman to lose weight and get started. You're probably seeing a ton of different things and your mind's all over the place. So in this, I'm going to keep it super, super basic. I've helped over 300 women lose between 10 and 50 pounds, and I'm just going to give it to you straight. I've got absolutely no notes. I'm just going to see what comes up when I hit the go. And yeah, looking forward to this. So without further ado, okay, let's go in 4, 3, 2, 1. Weight loss. First thing we need to understand is when it comes to being in a weight loss, you need to be in a calorie deficit. So you're burning more calories than you consume. So that either means eating less calories or burning more or doing a bit of both. So let's start with the nutrition. First thing with the nutrition is whatever nutrition you are going to be following, diet, whatever you want to call it, you want to make sure you can do it forever, for the next 10, 20, 30 years, not just the next 6 weeks or 6 months, because you lose the weight and you'll put it back on again. Best way to approach this is with your meals or whatever you put into your mouth, try and make 80 to 90% of it single ingredient food. So things like meats, chicken, lamb, beef, vegetables, fruits, rice, oats. When you check the packet, there's a single ingredient on it, not multi-foods like you have your canned foods and there's a ton of different ingredients in there. Keep that for the 10 to 20%. Don't completely cut it out, but make sure the majority is those single ingredient foods because it makes it so much easier to make sure you're in a calorie deficit. When it comes to the meals themselves, learn portion strategies. You don't want to be relying on tracking apps or counting calories or anything like that. Learn portion strategies. There's some posted on my page. And make sure the meals themselves, you are prioritizing protein you put into your mouth and on the meals, obviously. Reason why is protein is going to go a long way in making sure you stay full. It's very hard to overeat on protein. Also, when you have protein, it's going to go a long way in making sure your muscle mass is staying, and what you are burning when you're in the calorie deficit is going to come from fat. And the third thing is when you eat protein, any food, your body expends calories trying to break it down. The protein will take about 20 to 30% of the calories from the protein to burn it, whereas carbs is 5%, fats is 0%. I'm not saying cut them out, keep them out. They're all equally important, but prioritize protein in the majority of your meals. In fact, every meal. When it comes to the meals where you're eating out, again, try and limit them. But when you are going to have the social occasions, definitely don't cut them out. When you have your meal, try and centralize it around a protein source and try and cut out the starters, the desserts, and just stick to that. Around that, you're going to have the drinks. And this goes for everything, not just when you're out eating. Cut the liquid calories completely out. You want to make sure the calories that are coming in from food, not from drinks, because those are very calorie dense, shall we say. So things like full fat Cokes, your Frappuccinos, all the stuff you know, switch them for the 0 calorie option, so the Diet Cokes, the black coffees. Outside of meals, snacks. Let's see how we're doing. Oh, halfway. Snacks. I wouldn't say cut them out, but try and find the low calorie options for them. So for me, that's things like crisps, yogurt, jelly, ice cream. I find the low calorie option. So like, for example, baked crisps is a great one for me. I have that pretty much every single day. That will affect how we're doing. 2 minutes. Okay, let's move on to exercise. Exercise, weight training is going to be so important. It's going to be essential. You want to be weight training 2 to 4 times a week for about 30, 40 minutes, doing 6 to 8 exercises in a workout. Exercises want to be compound exercises. What I mean by that is exercises which are going to use multiple muscle groups. That should be the majority of what you're doing. You don't need to be doing cardio, going for runs, going on the rowing machine, ski or anything like that, walking up the Stairmaster for half an hour. That's not going to go as far as doing specific weight training. You want to make sure you're training your body to build lean muscle mass. So one, when you lose the weight, you don't have that weird skinny fat look. And 2, bringing in more muscle mass is going to increase your metabolism, which helps burn more calories throughout the rest of the day. Outside of that, talked about cardio. If you are going to bring it in, you can, but keep it to a minimum. You definitely don't want to be overdoing it, because if you overdo the cardio, it's going to increase your cortisol, which will bring your metabolism down. How are we doing? 1 minute. Last thing for exercise will be steps, activity. Outside of the workouts, try and stay active. All the things you've heard. Take the stairs instead of lift. Walk to wherever it's going to be. If you're doing an activity with your friends, try and walk there. Try and make the activity a active activity. Park further away from the shop. All the things you've probably heard will go a long way, and try and set yourself a decent step goal. Outside of that, 40 seconds. Mindset, try and make sure you are relying on discipline and not motivation. Whatever you're doing, whatever system you're building needs to be unique around you and fit around your schedule, around how you manage your energy. A lot of people think it's a time management issue. Usually it's an energy management, and then they rely on motivation, when ideally it should slot straight into your schedule. Things you look forward to, the workouts you look forward to, no high intensity or anything you dread, meals you look forward to, so you don't have to rely on the motivation. And another thing which will massively help you for the first few months, maybe the first few years, is getting some external accountability, because as humans, we do seem to be accountable to other people than we do ourselves. But there we go. That's 5 minutes. I couldn't tell you what I just said, but hopefully that was helpful in just breaking down the very basics of what it is. It doesn't need to be overcomplicated. A lot of that stuff you probably already knew. It's just about executing it. But if you found that helpful, make sure to subscribe to the page. And if you want a more detailed breakdown of exactly what a journey would look like, make sure to watch this video next. And make sure to subscribe to the page.